wano. Nango basa. Nango basa. Mwebale kuba warwani.
Our power. Our power. People power. Everywhere. NUP. Our power. People power. Everywhere.
We are here to show our dissatisfaction. We are here to make a statement.
Yes, now that is happening. Then that is happening.
That has to be the background. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, because this is the symbol of
an election to confirm that the election was free and fair.
Kenny.
The reason we are here is to ask those who are in charge of policy, the national policy, the European Union, at least about 20% of our annual budget. Federal government must send money to Uganda, then it must be also aware of what is happening in Uganda. We just told where we were that there is suspended DGF. The facility that is supposed to enable the process of democracy in Uganda. This suspension came at the time when we were going for election. And they did that because the dictator does not want to have other neutral voices. Your voices would have been the neutral voices that would have assisted our country to know where we are and the type of democracy we are going into. We are asking the European Parliament to only stop being a barking dog but turn into a biting dog. Because we believe that the European Parliament, if we don't just bark and fight, we can have democracy back home. The world order is about democracy. The reason why you are seeing Africans flood the beautiful towns of Europe is because back home, the leaders back here are aiding and abetting tyranny back home. That is why the normal people, the peasants, are struggling to come and find where it is free. The reason we fight for where there is liberty, where there is social equality, is because the leaders in Europe are aiding and abetting criminality back home in Africa, which we believe that our presence here is going to assist us as such. Stamp our full hands on the ground to ask members of the European Parliament to respect the dignity of humankind. Humankind must not suffer at any cost anywhere in the world. And that is why we have taken it, the honors upon ourselves.
Everyone involved. Only one side.
Yes, at the European Council or the European Commission. Now the European Commission is in charge of making sure that the policies and the issues that have been discussed in the European Parliament are put into practice. What happens here is that we had the European Parliament pronounce itself. The European Parliament pronounced itself on the election of January 14th, and the pronunciation was clear that it was not a free and fair process. But what is very disturbing, the very European Union that passed on the election has continued to have rapport with General Museveni, and that rapport affects the people of Uganda. We ask members of Europe to isolate dictator Museveni. In Uganda, dictator Museveni is using the opportunity to to isolate us because we are speaking the truth. We are now asking the members of Europe, through the European Commission, which can enact what they agreed upon in the European Parliament, to make sure
This
that they
is the symbol of the European Council.
I've captured that one.
Thank
I've
you.
captured it. I've captured it.
Why Europe can work with people who are following the steps of democracy, countries like Ghana, countries like South Africa, and many others, and then the very European Commission works with dictatorship. That is a paradox, that is conflicting reality, and I don't think that gives us the yardstick of being agreeable to the partnership as Europe. Europe is supposed to be our partner as Africa. Therefore, as our partners in Africa, they ought also to know what they are doing to Africa. Most of the ammunition, most of the tear gas, most of the rubber bullets, most of the gunships, they come from Europe. They don't come from anywhere, they come from Europe. And we believe that if Europe stands up, we are not asking you to come back home and fight for us. We are asking you to give us a fair playing ground by isolating a person who has been now certified as a dictator. And that is General Museveni. A corrupt dictator. A corrupt dictator. Part of the values of Europe is to partner with countries that are free from corruption. You are all aware of the corruption in Uganda. 60% in Europe, you know what happened to Gavi Fund. You know what happened to the other fund of aid. The very ministers who are responsible for steering the Gavi Fund after 10 years, JBMuwonge, Alice Kaboyo, have been returned to government because nobody can stop General Museveni from doing whatever he wants to do. But you can imagine that people who stole money from government, European money from government, a grant of government, have now been returned back after hoodwinking the public that they had been sidelined after 10 years. A thief is a thief. A thief is a thief. Whether he stole in 2010, whether he stole in 2020, he remains
A thief.
unless he repents of his sins. JBMuwonge has never repented. Alice Kaboyo has never repented. But the reason why they will always continue to do this to us is because you have given them the power of brutality. Europe has given General Museveni the power of brutality, and we are here to break that power that you have given to him, because we want the power of the people to supersede the power of brutality that you have aided General Museveni to have. How have you done it? You have given him the tanks of tear gas. You have given him the tanks to attack us with rubber bullets. You have also given him a deaf ear on the atrocities he is committing against humankind. Your deaf ear, your silence. Europe, your silence is loud and clear in Uganda. We are only asking you to raise your voices as we raise our action to depose Dictator Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. I want to say it again. We are requesting you to raise your voices as we raise our action to depose General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. We are simply anchored on people power.
Our power. People power. Everywhere. NUP. Everywhere. NUP. Kunga Chagulanyi Kunga. 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 Our power. People power. Everywhere. Everywhere. NUP. Our power. People power. Everywhere. Everywhere.
Kunga Uganda Kunga.
Kunga.
Kunga European Parliament Kunga.
Kunga.
Kunga European Commission Kunga.
Kunga.
Kunga Bakulembeze Kunga.
Kunga.
Kunga Rwanda Kunga.
Kunga.
Kunga Uganda Kunga.
Kunga.
Kunga Europe Kunga.
Kunga.
America kunga.
Kunga.
Belgium kunga.
Kunga.
Brussels kunga.
Kunga.
Netherlands kunga.
Kunga.
America kunga.
Kunga.
Boston kunga.
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 Uganda kunga.
Kunga.
Denmark kunga.
Kunga.
Germany kunga.
Kunga. Kunga. Kunga. Kunga. Kunga. Power. People power. Everywhere. NUP. Everywhere. NUP. Everywhere. NUP. Our power. People power. Our power. People power. Gale medeko, ne bwali bangale medeko, ateko genda. The time, the time, this is the time to say goodbye. Ne bwali bangale medeko, ateko genda.
And we are going to respect that. But we are requesting the people of Europe to listen to our voices as we raise our action against the dictator. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power. We shall overcome. Akadde katuweddeko bannange mweraba tutusereeti traffic yatukutene mwebale kubaako mwebalire ddala enkya tujja kubatuusaako programu enaabeerawo ya conference era kutandika ku makya. Aya guys, you take care, we take care too.
So we welcome the bill and handed it over to him.